Hey, what's up, everybody? We just finished the quarterfinals for the RLCS Fall Split Major. Probably the easiest tournament to say for this entire season so far, because everything else has been partnered and stupid. I'm at my wit's end. I'm tired, and Spaceman's also here. He and I are both very tired and losing our minds, but we're going to try to cover these playoffs. We just finished watching the last one, Energy Sandrock. We'll get to that. We're going to go to these in order. Dignitas, Semper, Complexity BDS, Faze Clan, Endpoint, Sandrock, NRG. I don't know when these are going to be uploaded. Don't know when they're going to come out. It is up to fate at this point with the internet. So, can't say I didn't try. Either way, let's start off with Dignitas Semper. I talked about my video yesterday, which was actually like an hour and a half ago, ironically enough, that Semper had a chance. And then I hit refresh on Liquipedia, and it turns out they won. So I guess cheat codes. Either way, Semper Dig, I was concerned initially about how they were going to come off of the day off because they qualified 3-0 without dropping a single game. It sounds weird, but they don't know how to lose. And that's something that's actually not discussed enough, I would say, where teams that haven't really had to face adversity just yet have a really tough time making those adjustments. I say that the game goes to 7, or the series goes to 7. It's super close, 2 OTs. Starts with game 1, and I do think even still with Dignitas going up 2-1 in the series, started a little slow. They did not look like themselves initially. Although they had some pop-off potential here and there, they had some shots and moments that I was like, oh, damn, that's Dignitas. You saw Scrubkiller playing a ton of offense, which they look their best when it's Jack and Jory's up front, and Scrubkiller's there to relieve pressure on defense. They go for air dribbles to clear it out. So Scrub was being very aggressive, and I think it's because some of the other players took a little bit to warm up. Ultimately, it is a close fight, and credit where it is due, because we've been talking about Dignitas this whole time, credit to Semper. I think Semper, against a really high mechanical team, shows that it is possible, and it starts off early. Their first 3 or 4 games is just nonstop pressure. The ability to get in the face and control basically the pace of the game, but not giving Dignitas space to do their solo air dribble plays, something that Space Station Gaming is very, very good at if you watch them over in North America when we're not on land, because they didn't make it. Shout out to Space Station. This one, I think, just comes down to, you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 one-goal games in a best-of-7, and even the other ones are only a 2-goal spread, which is pretty common. It's about minimizing mistakes, and there's quite a few times where Dignitas' accuracy would plague them, and Semper was there to capitalize with a counterattack, so it's technically like a 2-goal swing, but Semper was efficient. I think that's probably the best thing out of it. It was a little bit shaky for some of their players at the beginning. I was expecting Shazette to continue his dominance. It was really Cassio. You saw numerous times where, even during the matches, Cassio would, close his eyes and enter meditation Zen state in the middle of the series just to keep the mentality in check. And it's kind of the difference maker, it felt like. Maybe the coach of Rams, obviously being the difference maker in this match, but a lot of things you can try to extrapolate, but ultimately, Semper gets the win, and they look good doing it. I'm excited for them. I could see them actually making the grand final. I think they look better than the next team that won. Looking at Complexity and BDS, and unfortunately for Complexity, Vamos runs out here. They just got outclassed by BDS. Nothing crazy to really break down in the analysis between these two. BDS just played a better game. Complexity, obviously high-flying offense and stuff, still needs to work a little bit on overextending quite a bit. BDS just played a clean game, didn't give up mistakes. Ton of defense from them, and shoutouts to Extra, my MVP for the series. Played a really good series. Still, for some reason, underrated, even though on the grand scheme of things, he's probably one of the best in Europe. He's very, very talented. 1-0, 4-2, 3-2, 2-1, 2-1, 1-0. So a bunch of one-goal games as well, all except for one. It does only go to 6. BDS wins at 4-2. And the only 2-goal spread was in game 2. So a nail-biter. Could have went the other way. Could have easily went to 7. And you're going to see that trend primarily on land from here on out just because of how good teams have gotten. Matches are pretty close. They don't really stray away from. And you don't really see high-scoring games. If you do, you're like, wow, this is really one-sided. Energy beating Vitality 6-0 in a perfect sweep. They went 6-0, 2-0, 2-1. But you don't really see that many goals at land. It's usually way closer than that. But yeah, unfortunately for Complexity, they just get outclassed here, and again starts the spam of EU greater than NA. But luckily, the following match was Faze Clan versus Endpoint, and Faze Clan, this one was kind of scary actually. Faze Clan comes out and dominates, and then Endpoint makes adjustments. I was curious on how Endpoint was going to do against a bit more aggression in Faze, and a lot of it actually wasn't first killer to start off with. Illusion's been getting a lot of credit from me, and rightfully so. He had some big performances as well early on in this series, but primarily AJ setting up a lot of things until first killer started to do some solo stuff. And you even heard the commentators asking for it. They're like, hey, we're seeing these infield pass plays, which the right side of the field, infield to like far post, Faze on a dime. They hit one that was like 100 spaceman. They hit one that was like 140 or 150 kilometers per hour. Insane. It's really fast, by the way, chat. That kind of part was pretty crazy. On the other side of things, pretty back and forth affair. The big surprise to me, though, is Faze wins 1, Endpoint wins 2, and then Faze closes it out. Endpoint doesn't get another game after game 3, which I was surprised by based upon how they were playing. I thought they would have made an adjustment for like game 5 or 6. Something unique as well about quarterfinals and moving forward to the playoff bracket is teams do have tactical timeouts, so they can call a 1-minute timeout extension. And didn't really help. So surprising there. Credit to Faze. They are using AXB as Moopy is dealing with some sickness and stuff. Hopefully it gets better soon. And AXB, former V1 space station, actually. V1 he was playing for a little bit before he retired and decided to have a kid. That's a very, very, very basic explanation of the real situation, but now you guys know what he's been up to. But yeah, AXB, Sweden, coaching Faze, going to the semifinals. Pretty exciting stuff. 4-2. 1 overtime in that one. I thought there'd be more. Last but not least, we got Energy and Sandrock Gaming, and this is when I actually got to start watching the matches for the day initially before going back and checking some stuff out after I landed. Energy comes up and is just like, yo, it's 3-0. You guys are on match point for the rest of the series. Good luck. Good luck, Sandrock. Game 1, 2-12 OT, 2-1. Game 2, 2-0. Game 3, 3-2. So 2 1-goal games and 1 2-goal game. So pretty close yet again, as expected at LAN. And then Sandrock decides to go to 2 OTs in a row and win both of them. And I'm like, uh-oh. Is this happening again? And I think it was roughly a little over halfway through game 6 where Energy scored. And me and Spaceman were talking about it. We were thinking of like, yo, if this is a 1-goal game and it goes to OT, I think Sandrock's probably going to bring it to 7. And then the mentality stuff comes into play. And then all of a sudden you start thinking, oh, shoot, like we had all these lives and now they're gone. And I could have saw Sandrock actually winning this, which is pretty surprising. Energy started really, really strong. And luckily they had that strong start. Otherwise, I think Sandrock would have taken the series. A lot of credit to them. This is their first ever Rocket League live event, let alone RLCS for the first season. It's only been 2-3 months of them competing in a region that doesn't have the depth or the experience of all these other regions, and they are legitimately a goal or two away from taking the former world champs, obviously new roster, one of the most prolific teams in all of esports with a studded lineup and a world champion in every single one of the players, and they still almost win. So if you guys aren't giving Sandrock Gaming enough credit, you better be. I'm very excited to see how the MENA region continues to expand. I don't know what the heck they're going to do with Senzo, because Senzo and Turk, or TRK, whatever you want to call him, and Ahmad O'Khalid still at home dealing with exam stuff. Senzo has really, really bad internet, so I assume he'll go back to the sub role, but like Turk, TRK is the best performing on the team right now, so fantastic pickup. Ahmad has even said, I need him to win, and they have him now. So they are playing excellent. It makes you wonder what would happen if Khaled was here. But yeah, I'm really pumped for the Sandrock team. Johnny putting the region on his back, doing what he does. And credit to SunlessCon. If you guys haven't watched this documentary, go do it. Massive shout out to Sandrock Gaming. They're getting a lot of love. That's because they are eliminated and they deserve it. So we've got our semifinals match and grand finals. There's only going to be at max 5 games today/tomorrow. I don't know when this video is coming out, if I'm being honest. You've got Semper and BDS in the semifinals, FaZe Clan and NRG in the semifinals. We got an NAEU final guaranteed, which we'd love to see. We don't have to pick sides, but we're going to. Ultimately, Spaceman, because you're on the floor looking cozy. Semper, BDS, who you got? He says Semper looks really good today. A lot of pressure, a lot of good stuff. If they play like that against BDS, I actually agree. I think Semper can win it like 4-2. I think Semper can win it 4-2. It'll probably go 4-3. Realistically, I think Semper's going to the grand final.
I agree.
But Semper struggled against BDS, so we'll see. We will see. I think BDS, now that the jitter stuff is out of the way, it's just the pressure of like, hey, we just increased our prize pool like 50 grand, you know, next time we do it, we'll do it again. So But at this point, I think the guys are just going to play their game. So no. This again, anytime you get to the semifinals, it's a coin toss. So Faze NRG. Faze as of right now, I think is the favorite because NRG has shown good and bad, while Faze is just kind of cruising. So I do have Faze probably favored based upon what I've seen, but I could also see NRG showing up when it matters most. That one to me, I hope goes to 7 with an OT, and it's that one big moment. Whether it be, the counterattack from NRG or Faze, you dish it to the guy who's been talked about, and first killer hits his nasty shot. Whatever it is, I think that moment is going to be pretty exciting. And then after that, we get to the grand finals, which is a best of set, 3 best of 7s. You have to win 2 of those, and I have no idea who wins. If you guys do want to hang out, this is going to be already done, but the VOD will be up. If you guys go over to twitch.tv/G4TV, you get to see me and Spaceman do some very ridiculous things. I will have a recap to that in a video probably when I get back home, hopefully with some footage and stuff, showcasing the nonsense that we got up to that, like the blindfolded and the dressing of the other keywords that I'm going to say that you guys are like, what is he talking about? I just bumped my elbow on my tattoo. That did not feel good. This is why you don't record videos in hotel rooms. Yeah, good stuff. Good stuff. Really quick recap. I got to keep these quick, so hopefully they upload faster, but that's going to do it here. If you guys enjoy the content, like, thumbs up, all that kind of stuff. Comments down below, bracket in the description. Go support Spaceman. He puts out really cool content. Spaceman SR on all his platforms. Go say hi to him. Even though I've basically been talking to myself this whole time. For all you guys know, Spaceman's not even here. I also hope they can't hear that. All right. Have a good one, everybody. Peace.